The thrill and tradition of the hunt is deeply rooted in cultures around the world, transcending all peoples and nations. From the beginning of time, man has pursued hunting adventures in the great outdoors. Join me as we continue the heritage passed down from the generations before us. This is Nosler's Magnum TV.
Saying that hunting in Tanzania is thrilling is more than an understatement. Fact is, Tanzania can spoil a hunter for life. Its abundance means your next stalk is right around the corner. And its diversity means that stalk could be on a 100-pound impala, a charging cape, or a 6-ton elephant. This week on Nosler's Magnum TV, Rob Dunham, and we're lucky enough to be hunting with head coach of the 2008 Stanley Cup champions, Mike Babcock. The weather is hot, but the action is hotter.
You land on a dirt strip in the middle of the bush, and a lot of times you see all the game you're going to hunt on the way in. The area in Selous where we're hunting is a very diverse terrain. You have 6 to 16-foot elephant grass, and then you can go into an area that has thousands of palm trees. Then you cut through another area and you're into flats, flays, quite diverse terrain. The Tanzania bridge, sandbag. It's a great camp. It's all new this year. It's not the same one I stayed last fall. Brand new beds, hard furniture. Very nice camp, eh? Well, that's about as nice as it can get in the bush.
Well, we're in Tanzania here in the slough, and what an unbelievable camp they've set up for us. Absolutely fantastic. Had a nice meal, and now we're getting loaded up. Probably gonna shoot our rifles in and get after it.
To be able to go on a trip to Africa with, you know, the head coach of the Detroit Red Wings is something in itself, but he's my brother-in-law first. I happened to know him before my sister met him. Back in college days, I played college football and he played college hockey, and I've known Mike now for, well, I guess, around 20 years. Some of our best time in Africa is talking about those stories sitting around a campfire at the end of the day.
A shot, good drive, and the game is over. And Detroit hangs on barely, and they celebrate with Chris Osgood. And Detroit, hanging on, wins the Stanley Cup 2008.
And Mike, I can tell you something about this guy, a thing or two. He's as passionate as anybody I have ever met in a coaching role.
Well, just a big old Duggar boy. He's got good bosses, and he's pretty wide, and he's all by himself. He's a little spooky. It's amazing. That might be because he's by himself, but we're going to go see if we can't track him down here.
One of the most thrilling things about buffalo hunting is the fact that they could charge at any moment. The advice that I would give one of our Magnum Hunt Club members that's thinking of going on a dangerous game hunt to Africa is first and foremost, make sure you've got a great outfitter, in this case a PH or professional hunter, and have the right gun, be sure of the gun, and absolutely be certain that you're prepared for it mentally yourself.
Nosler's Magnum TV is brought to you by Nosler, Load Nosler, Own the Shot, and by OutfittersRating.com. Dunham's High Caliber Ranch, Goblin Grunt Outfitters, the NRA ILA, and the Magnum Hunt Club.
Well, that's those Noslers for you again.
Did not move an inch. Stone dead.
That's the AccuBond advantage here.
When he was shot, he just went straight down.
We call it Thor's hammer because it hits very hard.
This portion of Nosler's Magnum TV is brought to you by Goblin Grunt Outfitters.